Hi, welcome to Zanotto Sport Tasting. I'm Anita Musi, fine wine specialist for Sandeman, and I'm going to be your host for this event today. Before we get started, let's talk about a little bit about Sandeman. What is Sandeman? When it was founded? Well, it was founded in the 1790s, 230 years ago, by George Sandeman, a Scottish man, very entrepreneurial and very adventurous, that decided to start creating a trading business of port and sherries with London. And only with 200 pounds at that moment, he decided to actually request that money for his father and create all of these beautiful trading business and beautiful wines. So just for you to know, in 1877, Sandeman was recognized as the oldest registered trademark. And since 1900s, Sandeman has been always a pioneer doing advertising. Let's talk about our beautiful logo, the Dawn, this mysterious figure, right? George Brown was the creator in 1928. The name is the Dawn, and it's actually a blend of the two cultures, the Spanish sombrero and the Portuguese gown. So that is what it represents, this mysterious man with a glass of wine. In 2017, our winemaker, Luis Sotomayor, has been winning and being recognized as one of the best winemakers in Portugal. 3 times by the Revista do Vinhos, that is one of the most recognized publications in Portugal. So today, a little bit about the history. Now let's start with the cocktails. In your packet, today you're going to have your cheese, dessert, and pairing guide, a list of cocktails, and you're going to receive a bottle of the Sandeman Aperitif White Port, the Founders Reserve Ruby Port, and a 10 and a 20. So let's start with this. Cocktails has been extremely popular. Why? Because when we have young wines like a white port or a ruby port, it's not only great to have it by itself, but also to mix in cocktails. So we're going to start it with the Dawn Tonic, that is in a highball glass. You're going to just put ice, a little lemon, you're going to garnish with lemon, and you put 1 part of the Sandeman Aperitif that has been aged of an average of 7 years old. And my favorite tonic water, the Fever Tree. I like the elderflower, but you can use the refreshing, the regular, you have different options. And then you just top it off. So 1 part of the white aperitif, 2 parts of tonic water, and voila. This is easy to make and to surprise your guests during the holidays at any time. At the beginning or at the end of the evening, it's always good to have. It's a lower alcohol cocktail as well, so you can have a little more than one as well. For the Ruby, the Founders Reserve, the name of this Ruby Reserve has been literally honoring George Sandeman for the foundation of the brand. And you put 1 part of the Ruby Reserve, and you complete it, you top it off with La Marca Prosecco. There we go, simple as that. You can put it in a regular wine glass, in a flute, and as a garnish, you can use a maraschino cherry or a Luxardo as you wish to add a little more flavor, and voila. This is a good moment to stop, to see what you have in the baskets. Now we're going to start with the pairings and enjoy. This is a moment of the year to slow down, pause, and enjoy, right? All right, let's start now with our 10-year-old Tony. A couple of suggestions, let's say, and tips and tricks, right? First of all, a little information, the years 10, 20, 30, and 40. That means that it's an average of the aging of the wines that we have inside the bottle. An aged tawny, different than a ruby, this is a young ruby. The aged tawny, once that is in the bottle, is not going to age any longer. It's ready to drink. Once that you open it up, It can last up to 3 months. And here I have small glasses because they're tasting glasses. But you can use regular wine glass. We don't need to have the small glasses anymore. And the temperature of the wines that you want to have it is around 57, 60 degrees, okay? So the 10-year-old Tony, and you're going to see that the color is starting to fade down, starting to get a little lighter from 10 to 40, is because the wine loses color, all right? Again, once that you open it up, get it in the fridge or in your cellar for longest time. It lasts at least 3 months. It might lose a little bit of the fruit after that, but it's still very drinkable. So don't throw it away, it's perfect. All right, Zanotto has put in together beautiful pairings for you. Where in this case, I have a few examples, like a dolce latte gorgonzola, that is a soft blue cheese from Italy. It's a milk scow. It has a little sweetness at the end. We have some jamon serrano, that is dry cured ham from Spain. Sienese panforte, that is a hard, it's a hard cake with dried nuts, with honey, with dried fruits as well. So we have the Judy's breadsticks, that is the coffee twigs, and we also have the Marie dried apricots, and as simple as the dark chocolate sea salt popcorn. Sometimes pairings could be very easy, but pair fantastic. So when we talk about pairings, and this is a moment to slow down, enjoy the wine. It has a lot of notes of creme brulee, a lot of vanilla notes, a lot of honey notes. They're going to combine perfectly with each one of the ingredients. While you enjoy this and you pause in the tasting, grab your glass, right? I will stop in the tasting and tell you a little bit more about how we pair and what is the logic behind the pairing. We can pair wines with food by contrast or by balance. What this means? Our ports in general are sweet, right? And they have a little bit higher in alcohol. That's why also we want to have it a little bit lower temperature. Because of the sugar that the port has, you can pair by balance. Means something sweet, something with enough sugar that is going to match it out. When we say by contrast, something salty, savory, that means different type of cheese that they're going to complement and balance each other. So that's what I mean when I said you can pair by balance or by contrast. All right, let's move forward to our 20-year-old Sandeman. As you can tell, the color is a little lighter. These wines, again, is an average of aging, so there are beautiful wines that have been 25 years old in the bottle. How crazy, how amazing is that? For this pairing, we have some Marcona almonds that they're a little shorter, a little sweeter than regular almonds. We have, in your package, you have some mimolette, that is a yellowish cheese that is from Lille, France, has been aged for 12 months, is cow milk. It has a nutty flavor at the palate and pairs fantastic with the tannins of this wine. You have dry copa, similar to jamon serrano, but it's actually boneless. It's the boneless part of the pork shoulder that has been hand wrapped with the spicing and then dried out. We have truffle pate, one of my favorites. Is chicken and pork liver mousse with truffles. There's nothing better than that. You have almond biscottis, that is a crumbly cookie that is mildly sweet, it's crispy. You can actually dip it in the wine if you want to. If not, you can just have it one bite, one sip. And you have the Marish triple chocolate toffee as well, medjool dates, and why not these dark chocolate sea salt caramels. They're absolutely fantastic. As far as the wine has these notes of orange marmalade, some very flower notes, some dried apricots as well. So it has a lot of fruit, has a lot of tannins, it has a lot of acidity. And when I talk about tannins and acidity, The tannins are going to make our palate a little dry, but the acidity is going to make our mouth watery. So that's a good indication that the wine has a really great balance. So if you get to here and you have enjoyed these pairings, this is the main package that Zanotto has put for you together. And moving forward, we're going to taste the 30 and the 40, which is a great opportunity if you're curious enough to go back to Zanotto's, get the 30 and the 40, because it's a real treat for you to taste these wines. When we move to the 30 years old Tony, and again, pause a little bit, enjoy. This is a time of the year to slow down and enjoy with our families and friends, right? And surprise them with the cocktails, with all of these pairings at home. For me, the 30-year-old Tony has some notes of black tea leaves, black olives as well. And if you like the 10, you most likely are going to like the 30 for sure. And in our package in this time, you have the Trigal Manchego from Spain. It's a sheep cheese that goes also very good with the Queen's spread or with the honeycomb, both of them. We have some dark chocolate covered coconut, which is going to match perfectly fine with those notes of vanilla and coconut from the oak. And why not the English Stilton? English Stilton is a blue cheese that is a denomination of origin from England, and it's cow's milk, but also has a little bit of saltiness. So again, that contrast is going to be fantastic with the wine. Last but not least, we're having our 40-year-old Tony. Not many companies actually have, not many port houses has the 30 and a 40, because it's actually quite special. Sandeman has been historically one of the few port houses that was able to hold on old stock of wine. So we're able to make our own 30 and 40 without requiring any other port houses or any other wine. So it's all our wines. For the 40, we have some Robiola. This is kind of like a stinky, in a good way, stinky cheese. It's from Lange, so it's from the Piedmont. It's a mix of cow, goat, and sheep milk. And it's Italian, of course. It's soft and ripened. It's from the Stracchino family. And it goes, that density, that creaminess actually is going to help the tannins and the acidity to clean our palate when we have this cheese. On the other hand, we have the Parmigiano Reggiano. Who doesn't like a good Parmigiano Reggiano? It's very crumbly. It has those kind of like crystals of salt. It's the king of the cheese, basically. So there's no way to go bad with any of them. And if you get to this point, you're more than welcome to start crossing and start tasting from the other pairings. Go back and forth, enjoy. We do have a Cordillera single origin Colombian chocolate. Dark chocolate is so good for you. It's rich in antioxidants, it's rich in fiber, in copper, in magnesium. It's so good for you. So the contrast is going to be, again, fantastic. And we have these beautiful cookies in Amore jelly filled with the profile of the wine. We do have a Rusticella d'Abruzzo orange and chocolate panettone. Panettone is actually this kind of brioche style bread that has been raising for 20 hours. So more than 3 times goes back, like keep raising, and it has raisins, chocolate, and orange peel. And this is like a cloud. It's having a cloud in your palate, and it goes fantastic with the 40-year-old Tony. Again, having all of this lineup at home is a beautiful way of treating yourself and your guests for these holidays. Remember that you have more cocktails in your cocktail list. So when you have your founders and your aperitif, it's a great way to explore and start exploring at home, right? This is all about. So enjoy all your pairings from your package. Happy holidays, and thank you, Zanotto, for hosting this amazing pairing.